And at the end of the funnel, the only people that will be able to opt in are the people that have given the right answers. So here are some other questions. And the other questions that we ask is like based on the job profile. So what is your place of residence? And here on the last step, we ask like, all right, how can we best reach you? And at first, we only ask for their name, email address, and telephone number. Maybe you're thinking like, all right, why are you not asking for the resume? But when we would make this required on this page, you will lose out on a lot of applicants, because when people are like scrolling on Facebook and Instagram, a lot of times they don't have an up-to-date resume by hand that they can upload. And this is where I see it going wrong a lot of times with businesses that we work with right now. They have like a website, they advertise to there, and they make it required to upload resume. So what we do after someone submits their application, we still give them like the optional option to upload their resume here. And we see that around 20 to 30% of all the applicants will still upload their resume here. So yeah, let's say that we would make it required, we would lose out on 70% of the applicants. So, and if I now go to the results of this campaign, yes, here. We see by meaning I only spent it on this campaign like 126 euros, and I got 14 new applicants, and all of those applicants have said that they got their truck driver license, because if they didn't have a license, they could not go on to the next step. So I'm pretty sure that from out of this 14 applicants, normally we could make like one placement. And if you calculate it back, then we would have to pay like around 130 euros to attract one new truck driver where we could make a placement from. And if you then think back that recruitment agencies would charge around like 8,000 euros to bring one new truck driver to a business, then the return on investment from what we put in Meta and what we get out of it is like immense. So let's say you are charging 2,000 euros for the campaign and they have to pay the ad budget themselves. You will still be way cheaper than the traditional recruitment agencies, and maybe they can even hire more people out of this. So let's say they hire 2 people, it's even better. Plus, through this ad, you will reach a lot of people, so that will also strengthen their employer brand. They will get more followers on social media and sometimes even more clients. So to go back to that here. So why this is working so good is because of passive job seekers. There are simply a lot of people, they are not actively looking for a new job. There are a lot of people who are open for a better position when it's presented to them. So if you type in Google passive job seekers, you will see here a large portion of the workforce consists of passive job seekers, with estimates varying but often pointing to around 70% of the global workforce being passive candidates, meaning they are not actively looking for a job, but may be open to new opportunities. These individuals are often highly skilled, employed, and not actively engaged in the job search process, making them a valuable but challenging talent pool to tap into. So those people, they are very interested for most business owners, because also the people that are actively applying for new jobs, most of the times those are not the best candidates. And most businesses, they rather would have like people that are already working at their competitors than that they would have people applying through a job board. So, and then also another interactive question, because this is very important. Do you guys know anyone in your network right now that is looking for good people? And if you know someone, just type a yes in the chat. Because what I've seen over and over again, when people deliver the service once to a business and the business owner will see the results and he will see how many applicants he gets, and they are used to almost getting no applicants during this labor shortage, or they are used to paying so much money to recruitment agencies. A lot of times when you get your first client in and you get one referral and you got like a case study, if you ask by meaning your client, all right, do you maybe know also other people in your network that are looking for people that could profit from the service? And a lot of entrepreneurs, they know each other, so they probably know also other people who are facing labor shortage right now. And also when you have one case study, the ball starts rolling, but I will show you later more about that. So the 3-step process to land your first client with 200 euros. So step 1 is find the demand. Research platforms, go to by meaning Indeed, LinkedIn Jobs, Google for jobs, and search for high demand positions. So type in on Indeed by meaning maybe electrical engineers or transportation or bookkeeping, etc., and see, all right, where in my local area is the biggest shortage right now. And then the second thing you do is that you create a prospect list of businesses in your local area that are looking for those type of people. And then step 2 is you run a small test campaign. So maybe you already know someone who could profit from the service, then you can directly create your first test campaign for this person. But maybe you don't know anyone where you could set this up for. And then I would again recommend you to just go to Indeed and search for a high demand job opening and just create your first campaign. So you do that through the Meta Ads Manager, like you know, and you can just create a simple ad creative like I did, what I just showed you in my own Ads Manager. I just worked with like one ad copy. I created a very simple design. And then you are really also gonna run this campaign to a perspective funnel. So also I showed you how simple my perspective funnel was, and I still got results. And when you have this case study, you can go to other local businesses that are facing labor shortage right now for that position. So let's say you have a good case study where you can showcase, all right, I can really attract those people. They will just go to a business who has the job opening, and when they have the job opening, they are probably losing out on a lot of money when they don't have the right people. So then you can just present your case study and show them, look, I generated 17 applicants for €7.35 each. And then you can also compare the cost, like highlight the 5,000 to 10,000 euros they normally spend with recruiters, but in most cases, they are already very aware of that. And then number 3, make your offer. So you can say the meaning, I can do the same for you, and I charge 1,500 euros or 3,000 euros per month. And that's how you turn 200 euros into your first high-paying client. So I've seen it over and over again. When people have one good case study and they do outreach to businesses that are looking for those people, from off there, the ball starts rolling, especially if you then deliver a very good service, because you can be pretty sure that in the future, this business will have more job openings, or people will leave the business. So they come back with other campaigns to you. And then the next step, the scale up. So what you can do when you have one good case study, you can create a case study funnel with perspective. The pre-written case study templates, they are very great for perspective. And you can say by meaning, all right, case study video, how we deliver transportation companies 15 to 25 experienced driver applicants without recruiters or job boards. On the next page, we ask them, all right, how many people are looking to hire in the next 3 to 6 months? And when you are just starting out with your agency, you can also help businesses who are just looking for one person. But when you are a little bit bigger, you want to focus more on businesses who are looking for 6 to 10 people, because that is how you get more retainers in, etc. And then after this page, you can ask them, all right, where can we send you the video training? And you ask them for their name, their email address, and their phone number. And then they get access. And here you showcase the case study, and there you show exactly your results, how you generated those applicants, and the results of this campaign. And you will see that around 20 to 30% will maybe book in a call directly. And everyone that doesn't book in a call directly, you can call or follow up. And the way to get traffic to this case study funnel is most of the times through meta ads or through LinkedIn Thought Leader ads, or you could also build your personal brand on LinkedIn through a lot of posting, etc. In the school community from perspective, there are a lot of great videos from Niels around this topic. So I'm very sure you'll figure this out. So why this model is so scalable? What I've seen with a lot of other agencies is that it can be sometimes pretty hard to deliver. So let's say you've got like an e-commerce agency, you will have to create so many different type of creatives. You have to be aware of a lot of things. And that's also when you have like a creative agency or something. But with this agency model, you have like minimal creative setup. You can just use 2 to 4 ad designs, and it's easy to make in Canva. You can outsource it. You can make use of reusable ad copy. So with our custom GPT, you simply upload the job profile and instantly get the best performing ad copies trained on thousands of social recruiting ads. We create a custom GPT where we put in like all of the best performing ad copies for a lot of different type of job titles in a custom GPT. So now we only have to upload like the job description, and we get like multiple very good ad copies. And also one universal funnel, a single application funnel you can duplicate for every client. So once you have like one application funnel that's working good for you, you can just copy this every time for each new client. And the only thing you have to change is like the branding, the colors, and the questions that you want to ask. And you can really build out like a machine out of this, because again, the only thing you need is a design, an ad copy, and an application funnel. And this service is very, very easy to deliver if I compare it with other online marketing services. And you can easily outsource each of those steps. And then also what you can do in a later stage That is that you give them optional support. And then you can also implement a recruiter or a VA who can handle the applicant follow-ups if you want to stay fully hands-off. Sometimes what you see that is that business owners, they don't have the time to do the follow-up of the candidates in the right way. And yeah, the follow-up is a very important part of the campaign, because if the follow-up is not happening in the right way, then you will simply also lose out on a lot of great candidates. So what you can also offer is that, you or a recruiter or another virtual assistant will call all the applicants, qualify them again, and also arrange the meetings. But this is optional and businesses pay extra for this. And then the last thing that I want to tell you about is, like I already showed you, there's a very huge demand. There are millions of open jobs worldwide, and most businesses still don't know this strategy exists. So for now, a guest speaker, Wouter. I know Wouter now for 6 or 7 months or something. And Wouter scaled his own social recruiting agency from 0 to 30K in the last 6 months. So I will now stop sharing my screen, and Wouter can, wait. I will still share my screen so you can see this, but Wouter will take over the mic.
Yes, thanks, Stefan. Can everyone hear me? I'm unmuted.
Okay. Yes, you're unmuted. Okay, I think everybody should be able to hear.
Okay, let's go. Okay, let's go. Thank you, Stefan. First off, my English might not be as smooth as Stefan's, but I think I have some valuable insights to share. So keep that in mind. I try to do my best to keep it as smooth as possible in my English. So what I will go deeper in a couple of minutes is my B2B funnel, because I think that's very, very valuable to share with you guys. That's actually the main reason why I scaled so fast to that 30K a month. I actually got 140 plus B2B leads in 30 days using the perspective funnel. So I will show you everything in a minute. So Stefan, maybe you can go to the next slide.
Yes.
Yeah, sure. And this was actually my best performing ads. So a lot of people think this is really hard to build. Filippo asked question, are these potential clients for your recruitment agency? Yes, they are. Yes, they are. I will tell you more about that in a minute. I will actually show the whole funnel and what the results were. So this was my best performing ads, and this is indeed, like Philippe said, B2B leads. So this is the customer acquisition lead generation. So this was my best performing ad. It was just a really simple static ad and a really simple copy. So the ad says like proven strategies I give away for free, and a bold claim that actually works the best for me. And then the copy is just like an A/B. Like if you still want to be a loser, then you do this. If you want to be good, then you do this. So that's actually the copy I used. So, but first off, let's go a little bit deeper in my story, short, and then I will go right into the value. So how it started for me is I always had. So Stefan, can you go to the next slide? Yes, thank you. So it started for me, like I think a lot of you guys with drop shipping. I always had the ambition to be like an entrepreneur, like live the free life, like that kind of stuff. So I started doing like Dutch Amazon FBA. It's actually called bol.com verkoop, like e-com. I didn't have much success with that. And from there on, I had some online marketing experience. So what I did is I did some online marketing gigs for like some people in my neighborhood. Sometimes I did it for free. Sometimes I charged like $200, but nothing really major happened in that stage. And yeah, so William, what I do is the social recruiting. I do it for recruitment agencies. So, but Stefan can go deeper in that. You can do it for recruitment agencies or directly with the companies. Stefan does it a lot directly with the companies, and I do it a lot for recruitment agencies. So, but let's go on. So from there on, I got in contact with Stefan, and from there on, really went quick. So I think we got acquainted in like February, something like that. And from there it went quick. I went all in. He convinced me to go all in on this. And I went all in on this. And actually, in the end of February, I already quit my job. I, of course, had my workout period. From there on, I think from March or April, I went full time with this. And then from there on, it went really quick. So what I did is what Stefan thought I actually used his steps. So build a case study funnel, did a lot of outreach, did a lot of cold calling back then. But then I was like, okay, I need to figure out something more. So from March to June, I did a lot of cold calling, but I really wanted to make it work in the B2B lead generation with ads, because that's much more scalable than the cold calling. It's really good to get your first couple of clients going, to get like the agency, but from what pitfalls do you see with starters? I think we're gonna reserve the questions for the Q&A, but right now I think that's smarter. So from there on, I got the B2B funnel rolling, and that was my breakthrough in July. From there on, I scaled really fast to right now in August, I did like around 30K a month with this model, with the social recruiting. So actually, I will share my screen to show you the. Yes, Leon. Okay, so I will share my screen to show you guys the funnel I used. I did this in the Dutch market. So what I did is, and that's actually a really good tool in perspective, you can use the AI to translate the funnel. So what you see right here is the English funnel, but I use this actually in Dutch, and with AI I did this translation. So what I did, right at the start, there's like a bold claim. So I want to show them social proof and a bold claim. So like proven by 130 plus agencies, 30 new candidates or clients within 4 weeks. So that is a bold claim I make, and the strategies I share for free. So a lot of people, a lot of B2B people, entrepreneurs are really skeptical. So what I tell them here is like why I give this away for free. And what I actually tell them is like, I give this away for free to build trust, and from there on, like build a relationship to go further as clients. So it's like the case study, Stefan said, to scale, but like I think I tweaked it a little bit to maybe in a some smarter way. Just like I think the case studies work, but this is like in a really different way. So the track record I set right here, and what I did is actually what I say right here, I also put it in text right here. So why would I give this information away for free? Because some people like to listen, some people like to watch, and some people like to read the text. So and what they could expect, and that's actually the simple funnel I used. So a lot of social proof I tried to put in there. From there on, they could get free access, and they could give their name, their phone number, and they could get direct access to the strategies they want. And what's actually really valuable in perspective is what I did is I put a middle landing page in here, and what they could do is like, what is the most important issue they are struggling with right now, so to get them like the right strategy for that moment. So what I see is with that kind of lead generation, some people are looking for clients, and when they get the clients, they come to me for the candidates. So that's why I also put a strategy in there, to like a cold calling strategy to get the clients. So eventually they also come to me to work for working together. So let's say they want good candidates. And from here on, they can watch the video where I explain the strategies, or they can simply watch my offer. So that's actually is a really simple funnel I use to get like the B2B lead generations in. And I started with that in July, and that's how I scaled. From all the leads, I call them, or I let my seller call them. And from there on, I got only from this funnel in July, I got more than 10 clients from that. And what Stefan said is what you can charge the clients, so you can make the math from there. So that's actually what I use, really simple. And let's go back to Stefan, because yeah, it's his presentation, but I think it is really valuable for you guys to when you are in step further in scale up phase, you can really use this to get like the B2B lead generation going.
Yes, perfect. Thank you, Wouter. And yes, this one, yes. Yes, and do you guys see my screen? Yes. What I've seen with a lot of people who get started with this, at the beginning, they do a lot of manual outreach, like cold calling, emailing. Actually, the best way to start is just with people in your own network, like think, did I ever work for a business, or do I have an uncle who's looking for stuff? And from there, you can get the ball rolling. But the second best thing after that is, I've seen it over and over again, is to scale with ads. And yeah, I think Wouter has a very amazing funnel for this. It's focused on recruitment agencies. I saw also some questions around that, because I understand that people think, but you do this for businesses or you do this for recruitment agencies. But I will tell you more about this in the Q&A. So yeah, what we've covered today, so the market opportunity, why social recruiting is, in my opinion, the #1 niche right now to start, with massive demand and a little competition. So proven results, real proof from both my experience and guest speaker success stories, and also an actionable system to getting your first client. So the Netherlands is up and running, but we want to bring social recruiting international. I can really don't understand why it's working so well to get in more applicants. And it's a thing now, again, in the Netherlands, Germany, and Belgium. But if you look it up on YouTube, you don't see a lot of people talking about it, etc. You don't see a lot of agencies around it, actually almost no. And yeah, the problem is really there with the labor shortage. So I think there is a lot of work to do. So for now, your two options. Option 1 is do-it-yourself approach, like take what you've learned today, figure it out on your own, and eventually you will get results through trial and error. Or option 2, that is the fast track, so shortcut to trial and error and use the exact templates, scripts, and funnels that my students and I are using right now. So yeah, let's say you maybe would like to work together with me, just as Wouter did. You can book in a call with us to see yeah, if we could maybe work together. So time to take action. If you're serious about making social recruiting your agency's growth engine, now is the time to move. And yeah, it would be great to see some of you on the call who are interested in this. So for now, I think it's time to go over to the Q&A.
All right. So thanks a lot, Stefan, for the Q&A. And by the way, feel free to drop the link for everybody who would like to schedule a call with you in the chat. For the Q&A, guys, we're going to go through the questions that we already have in the chat. And then if we've covered all of them, if you don't keep adding new ones, you can also open up the mic so you can ask a question to Stefan or Wouter live. But first, we'll go through all the questions that we have in the chat, starting with the question. I'll just read the questions to you, Stefan. Then you feel free to answer. We'll go through all of them that's already been asked. So the first question that's still unanswered is from Felipe, which is, do you charge a flat fee or percentage based?
Yes, it depends. Like, we have 3 offers with my own agency. The first offer, that is that we only run the social recruiting campaigns, and we build in by meaning a WhatsApp automation, and the business is yeah, responsible for the follow-up of the candidates themselves. But most times when we offer this, it's offered to like recruitment agencies or employment agencies, because recruitment agencies, they got the backend set up the right way, and they know how to do the follow-up of the candidates, etc. And it's so important that yeah, this process is going the right way, because when a lot of businesses, they are busy with their own work, and sometimes they wait for 3 or 4 days with calling the applicants don't know the number, they don't pick up the phone, etc. So a lot of times when you only offer the campaigns and you let them do the follow-up themselves, sometimes it's going wrong. So that's the offer that we normally yeah, offer recruitment agencies. The second offer, what we do, that is that we offer the campaign, and next to that we do all the follow-up, and we just charge them an extra amount of, by meaning 2,000 euros. So then in total we will charge like 4,000 euros a month to do everything. So we do the campaign, we do the follow-up of the candidates, and they can hire as much as people as they want. But the thing with that is there is no big guarantee. And some businesses, they think like, oh yeah, but then I pay 4,000 euros, but I don't have any guarantee. And also, like I just showed you how much cheaper we could be. But there are so many business owners worldwide who are still very used to pay like a percentage of a yearly salary when they hire someone. And a lot of business owners, they still want to pay that money if you can deliver them the right people. So sometimes when business owners are a little bit skeptical, and we know we can help them because we have done it before, then sometimes we say like, all right, you just pay the ad budget so that we don't yeah, lose any money. But when you hire someone, then you pay by meaning a percentage. So our offer is very based on the situation of the client.
All right. Hope that answers the question. Next one is from Onzen. What pitfalls do you see with starters?
What pitfalls do I see with starters? Yes, I think it's just the outreach, or that they think like, oh yeah, every business needs this, and it doesn't go quick enough for them, so they quit. But the thing with this is it's very new, and a lot of business owners, they don't really understand what we are doing. So you have to know the right sentences and the right things to say to them to make it click in their head, so that they will think, all right, this will work. because also a lot of times what you will see when you talk to businesses is that they say, yeah, but this will not work for my audience, and no, my people will not reply to a Facebook and Instagram ad. And this is like the number one objection that we always get, and we've proven this wrong so many times. So I think where I've seen people stop before in the Netherlands is that they just didn't get their first client as fast as that they expected, and then they quit it. But what I've also seen over and over again, when people keep going until they get the first client and the first results, they see how good it is, they see how good it works, and from there the ball starts rolling.
All right, appreciate it. On to the next one from Bobby, and that's to Wouter. Wouter, can you share your template? I guess if the answer is yes, you can set it up with Bobby in the school community. I think you should be able to send a DM in there. So I'll let you handle that one. On to the next one coming from William, not yet William, sorry, that's from Monica. So you're helping B2B companies use your funnel. Do you tell them about perspective, or do you just do the work for them? Can you explain?
No, we just do the work for them. Like a lot of times when we have businesses on the call, like we helped so many businesses and we did so many different jobs that a lot of times when they say by meaning, all right, we are looking for a new plumber by meaning, we just showcase one of our recent campaigns for plumbers and we show them exactly how it went. So we show them the campaign just like I showed you the truck driver campaign in the USA. We show them the application process. And a lot of times when they see that, they think like, oh yeah, this makes sense. A lot of people are not actively looking for a new job. We are reaching passive job seekers. And then I also tell them about that we make people apply without a resume. And I don't really tell to business owners that it is perspective. I just call it application funnels. So yeah, we just marked it like, all right, we put a whole recruitment machine into your business. But we also speak to recruitment agencies and employment agencies, and to sometimes they ask like, all right, which software do you use? And yes, then we tell them we use Perspective.
I think a follow on from Wouter as well.
Yeah, so what Stefan actually really told me at the beginning when I started, what was really helpful, I also started with some like lead forms on Facebook. And Stefan really told me like it's also the perception game. So when you can show them it's built in perspective and not really like tell them it's built in perspective, but if you can show them the funnel you are using because some competitors are using like lead forms, then you can automatically charge higher because you have a much more perceived higher value. So that's something I wanted to share. Yes. That's actually Stefan told me at the beginning and really convinced me to go all in with Perspective. So he was the one that convinced me.
Yes, and that is actually true because you have to understand you are working from out of, in a lot of cases, you get access to the Facebook and Instagram page of your client. So also don't try to save on the designs, etc. I see some people, they come with very crappy designs, but a business owner will be so happy if you send him like very stunning designs. And there's a very high chance that they will keep on working with you if you over-deliver with the designs. Because imagine it for yourself, if you are running your own agency and someone delivers you designs where you think of like, I don't know, or someone delivers you great designs that you can be very proud of, because a lot of people will see those designs. And the same is for the application funnel, like a lead form, yeah, it can work, but yeah, you will get less qualified applicants a lot of times. And on the second hand, it looks, yeah, not by far not as good as Perspective. Within Perspective, we can tell way more about the job opening. We can make it in their branding, etc. So we can just make it look like it's connected to their Facebook and Instagram page, that it's like all a whole thing. So yeah, with the Perspective funnels, you over-deliver kind of.
All right, appreciate that one. Another question from Onzen, which is, how many hours do I need to spend before I have my first case study so I can start approaching clients?
Yeah, that depends on how experienced you are with like the ads manager from Facebook and Instagram. Like you can create for your first case study campaign, you can create the designs in Canva pretty fast. I think you need maybe 30 minutes for that. For the job opening, also maximum 15 minutes. So let's say 45 minutes. And if you are good with running campaigns on Facebook and Instagram, you can set up the campaign within an hour. And when you use the templates from Perspective, you can also do that within 30 minutes, I guess. So if you are experienced with meta ads, you can do it within 1.5 or 2 hours, I guess. But if you don't know anything anything about meta ads yet, yeah, then first you need to do a course around it, or just do a lot of trial and error. But yeah, when you are working with, by meaning the Social Recruiting Academy, we have a whole course where we teach you everything from the beginning to the end, how to launch your social recruiting campaigns, and then you can actually do it within a day.
All right, that's great. I hope that answers the question. And on to the next one from William, asking if the pitch to recruiters is to be able to get applicants cheaper.
Sorry.
Let me say again. Sure, it's the pitch to recruiters being able to get applicants cheaper.
No, recruiters have all different pain points. Like it's a whole different thing. If you are working with business owners who have the job title or the job opening, or you are working with recruitment agencies. Like the pain points from a business, it's when they don't have the right people in place, they cannot grow, they cannot operate their business, or they have to pay a lot to employment agencies, etc. But recruitment agencies face all different type of pain points. Like a recruitment agency, they work with recruiters, and recruiters are sourcing through LinkedIn. Days in, days out. A lot of recruiters who have job openings, they are like 50% of their time they are spending on LinkedIn, sourcing for the right people. People are not replying on LinkedIn messages, etc., etc. So when we are implementing this, like routed it for recruitment agencies, we can just deliver them qualified applicants on autopilot. And the beautiful thing about working with recruitment agencies is that they already have the clients. So they already have, if you most business, I mean, most recruitment websites, if you look on the website, they have sometimes 500 to thousands of job openings because they are already for a long time in the game. So they already have the clients, and they can also go multiple ways with the candidates. So what you sometimes see when you are working with a business, then they will say no to some candidates, but actually it's a waste because you know their resume, you know they are looking or open for a new job. And when you are working directly with businesses, a lot of times you will throw those applicants away. But when you are working with recruitment agencies, they have multiple clients where they can make a placement with that candidate. So yeah, that's the difference of working with businesses or with recruitment agencies. If there's yeah, it's answering your question.
All right, thanks a lot, Stefan. On to the next one from Jasper. Best funnel structure for practical jobs such as mechanics, installation, carpenter.
I actually think you sent me this funnel, right, Jasper, through LinkedIn today. Could that be? But yeah, what we can do, I can show you on I can show you in another meeting. I can show you a few of our funnels. But actually, we keeping our funnels pretty simple. Like sometimes we do an A/B test. So on the first page, we tell more about the business and the benefits, etc., etc. And on the B, like the B version, we send them directly to the first question of of the application funnel. And sometimes for job openings like this, we see that, I don't mean it wrong, but some people have just a very short attention span, and they don't want to read a lot of content or benefits. They just want to go through the process quick. So I would recommend you to do an A/B test. One where you tell more about the job and the benefits, etc., and one where you send them directly into the first question.
All right, another one from Alton. How much money capital do you need to start?
Yeah, just to make your first case study, you only need like a business manager account, a free Canva account, and you need to create a text, and then you can create your case study for like maybe 200 euros ad budget, but maybe even less. And yeah, you can use Perspective free for 14 days, but through my link or other people's link, you can use it for 30 days for free. So you can actually get started for not that much money. But when you want to like optimize things, you want to make things more professional, you need the better Perspective plan. Maybe you want to implement Go a level to connect with Perspective so you can have a better overview, etc. Or you want to outsource your designs, or you want to like outsource the follow-up of the candidates to recruiters. And then you will make some more cost. But at the beginning, you don't actually need a lot of money, not at all.
All right, another one from Felipe. How scalable is this? There must be a specific type of business that is constantly hiring. Companies typically low churn rates. Companies typically like low churn rates on employees to grow. What do you recommend to target in the US?
Yes, the US is a different market, but I will look for businesses who have a high turnover, and that is a lot of times it's like transportation companies, production companies, etc. So look for businesses who are sometimes constantly hiring. Like now at this point, we have like one of our clients. They need like new truck drivers year round, so we can just run the campaigns, and each good truck driver that we get, we can send to them. And we also are working with them actually on a percentage-based fee. Because they just wanted to work like that, because they were used to that. I'm very sure that if they would said yes to our first offer, they would save up a lot of money, but that also proves that a lot of businesses still like the traditional way. So don't totally forget about that. But yeah, I would focus on businesses with high turnover again, and like where there is a high demand. And at first, for your first case study funnel, I would really recommend you to focus on the niche, because like the biggest objection, like I said, is that businesses think like, oh, this will not work for my job title, or no, they cannot reach my people through Facebook and Instagram. And when you create a case study funnel and ads where you directly say, all right, we deliver you plumbers by meaning, or we deliver you bookkeeping people, and you also showcase that in the case study, then the whole first objection is gone. And that's what I would really recommend when you are starting out, especially when you start to run ads. Like you will see that you have a way lower cost per lead when you are directly speaking to a specific niche. But yeah, I would say to scale this up, first make sure you are focused on one niche and that you scale that up, see how that goes, and then you will learn a lot from that niche. But then a lot of times when you're focused like on one niche, you will also see other type of job openings that are working really well. By meaning for us, before we were only focused on transportation companies to deliver them new truck drivers. But then we also got the question to hire new account managers or production workers. And then we also saw like, wow, an account manager is earning even more. And we can also target like account managers who have to have knowledge about a specific industry. And we can also reach those people very well. And from there, we could open a whole different niche, because there are so many businesses that are looking for account managers. And what you can do by meaning, you can target within the Meta Ads Manager, you can target by meaning account manager, but you can define your audience, and then you can also say by meaning, all right, account manager in finance. So then you reach people that have experience in sales, but also in finance. And that you can also apply to job openings. So I would say start with one niche, see what's working there. And from there, you can see again, all right, which type of job openings are working and where is a high demand. And if you want, you can find someone else who can run that whole niche for you. For that funnel.
All right. Hope that answers the question. Actually, a quick follow-up from me. Maybe that's also an objection that some people could be thinking of. You said it's not just working for blue-collar jobs, but also for more specialized jobs such as account manager or more advanced IT positions, right? Or is it primarily for?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, no, we do it also like or for software developers, also now for tax advisors, etc. But what we sometimes see that is that yeah, for sure, a lot of times when there are not a lot of people, you will have like higher cost per lead. So now I showed you like an example that we now in the Netherlands, I think we pay around 20 euros for one truck driver, and still we have like a massive return on investment. But now for like the bookkeeper or the tax advisor, we pay around 110 euros cost per lead. And sometimes sometimes you think like, oh wow, this is a lot, 110 euros cost per lead. But if you would see like what recruitment agencies would charge for that, sometimes they would charge like 20,000 euros for one tax advisor by meaning. So sometimes the cost per lead is higher for like for those roles that are like executives, etc. But also the price that businesses are ready to pay for those people is also way higher.
Okay, another question from Onzin. Stefan, how do the first weeks usually go when someone decides to learn from you?
It depends. We have people who start out like from completely scratch when you never run ads before and you don't have a lot of business experience. I would also always recommend, all right, start out with the course around how to run social recruiting ads and create your first case study. And then first do outreach to people in your own network, like think, who do I know who is looking for stuff? And from up there, try to get your first clients. But I also see a lot of people who already have an agency, who are already doing this for a few years, but they are seeing this opportunity and they are facing like a lot of competition in their own niche, etc. And then they see this niche and they believe in it. and yeah, they can adapt fast. They already know how business works, they know how outreach works, they know how sales works, etc. They just need to learn from me, like the small things, right? How to explain this to business, or how to structure your offer, or what's the best way to scale this, etc. So yeah, that depends on your experience, but yeah, when you're just starting out, you first have to learn the ads and get your first case studies in. But when you're more experienced and you already have an agency, things can go even more quick, because you know how to adapt fast and how to maybe also start running ads pretty soon for your own agency.
Thanks a lot. And Anzen, if that answered your question, up there in the chat, you can see a link for Stefan's call, so you can chat more if that's the right path for you. And coming back, another question. Let me skip that one from William, just because there are quite a few questions from you already. If we answer questions from the rest, we can come back to that later. We have a question coming right after that from Dean. Do you make the designs yourselves or do you outsource?
Sorry, but can you ask it again?
Yes. Do you make the designs yourselves or do you outsource?
No, I outsource my designs. It was pretty hard to find this designer, but the designer that I have right now, she's amazing. I pay her 80 euros per client, and then she gives me like 4 to 5 different ad creatives. And yeah, that is totally worth it. Like, I see some people that I coach also one-on-one, and then they think like, oh, 80 euros for 4 or 5 designs, it's pretty expensive. But then I also tell them like, yeah, all right, otherwise you pay 40 euros, but those designs are like not amazing. So what do you want to deliver to your clients? Do you want to deliver amazing designs or something that's just not? If you can, yeah, try to put yourself in the business owner's shoes. He wants ads that are promoting his business in the best way. So I would always recommend actually to outsource the designs when you are working from out of the Facebook and Instagram page, yeah, from another business. Or you must be a very good designer yourself, but the return on investment will be so high if you deliver very good creatives, also for your results and for the business, how they speak about you, and or if they will come back for retainers or not.
Okay, another one, that's something for you to figure out, Stefan, after the call. Pierre is reporting he's getting a 404 error after scheduling the meeting. It still means that he was able to schedule the meeting probably right after the call. The funnel didn't direct to a particular page, so you can figure it out with him afterwards. And the question from Joshua, any success stories targeting homeowners with this?
Targeting homeowners with this?
I would assume that would be, yeah, Joshua, feel free to actually write a follow-up in the comment. Was it exactly that event? In the meantime, we'll go to another question and come back to that later. So
I saw a question also that I can be, oh, sorry. I saw a question around if I can show some more examples of job openings that we fulfilled with our strategy. So maybe I can share my screen and I can show a little bit more of our ads manager. Is it okay, Leon?
Yeah, go ahead. Still have a couple of minutes. We'll probably not manage to answer all questions, but we'll figure out a way to get back to everybody that's asked something. So we'll not leave anything.
Do you guys see my screen?
Yep, it's all good.
So those are all like social recruiting campaigns, and here you see, I mean, this is for a truck driver. This is for this was our best campaign ever, and it's very weird. We got like only 5 website leads here. We paid like 72 leads, 70 euros per lead, but we made 3 placements out of this campaign, and they paid a percentage also of the yearly salary. So this was a very good campaign. This is hospitality. This is commercial. Yeah. These are our commercial people. This is customer service. This is like bedrijfsleider, I would say that, company manager. Those are for process operators. This is project managers from in the construction. You see the meaning account managers. And here on the right, you can see all the, yeah, what we normally pay per lead. I hope you can see it clearly. Here you also see assistant manager, service workers, again, project managers. So yeah, I can go on and on. We have done, this is like one of the ad accounts. We have done so many different type of job openings in a lot of different type of industries. And you see it's always working. We always pay around like sometimes a little bit more, sometimes a bit less, but there you see by meaning, all right, we pay here €8.52, and here we pay by meaning €51, but this was also for like a project manager from a construction company, and here you see, all right, we pay a little bit more, but yeah, there are simply not as much as people as that there are from a meaning truck drivers or production workers.
All right, very nice. Hope some people here found it useful. Guys, we only have 2 more minutes. Stefan, are you fine running over by, let's say, 5 minutes to answer any outstanding questions, or do you have a hard stop?
No,
right,
no.
We can run over by 5 minutes. So quickly, let's go through some of these questions so you can answer them with like 1 sentence. Are you working with no cure / no pay?
Yes, also, but most of the times we want to, because that gives us the most cash flow, like just the campaigns with follow-up